Turn it up, feel the ground shake. World's about to break. Streets hit like a hatchet. Drums crack your skull. This ain't a game, this is war. Get ready, cause we're coming for from the bone room, shadows and pies rise and fall. MrYours been grinding, answering the call. T4 locked in, trap set, rally from blast. Evony, Godfather, holding down the map. Beats rolled solo strong, fortress crown and fire. But the game's evolving, something big is required. Now enter the storm, dropping packs like a king. Packsify, rising up, changing everything. Buy credits, more, turn them to pink gems, cling. Save up to 35%, live in the dream. App all Android, red for IO slow. Creator codes, popping extra discount show. Red Evony, Mark 7 code, stacking the rims. Trust pilot, start shining legit firm again. No more overpay tax, no one and bleed dry. Compensation faster, watch your power multiply. Big Tim's running in for server versus server, perfect fights. Alliance leaders levelly, keep your budget set for white out your king. Shot every packs on lock, Packsify the blood. Smarter blazing star, two forces collide. No riding alone, Brian means the saviors building unbreakable thrones. Two kings, two fishes, one battlefield ahead. Cross the streets, watch the power beat the internet round. No more solo queues, this the ultimate link. I feel the tremor in your chest when a beat finally into fiction. MrYours, your Packsify. These hell if you're one so cut. But everyone sees packs falling, gems stacking, content straight fire. Having guys linking up, taking empires higher. Get this up, drop a like, use the code when you buy. MrYours and Packsify, we run this gang, yo. Good bro. Turn it up. Turn it up. Turn it up. Feel the ground shake. Yo. Turn it up. 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 Feel the ground shake. Yo. Turn it up. 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 Yo. Turn it up. Turn it up. Yo, turn it up, 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 yo.
Oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. Good afternoon. I hope you guys are doing well. Hope you guys are doing good. What's up, Lloyd Leaf? How you doing, baby? Dude, I did not get enough sleep. I did not get enough sleep at all. I didn't get enough sleep.
Turn it up. Turn it up.
Hey, today, listen, today.
You get that event with C5 today going on. You know, we're doing that event with C5. What's up, Cheeky? How you doing, baby? Thank you for stopping in. By the way, guys, this stream is brought to you guys by Packsify, as you guys see down at the bottom over there. And they can save you up to, depending on what region you're in, up to 30% for purchase. And the more you spend, the more you save. And slapping the code MrYours to support your boy. We're also doing a Packsify giveaway for $150 in my Discord. Make sure you guys run up on that. You rage quit dragons? Oh man, why'd you do that? Dude, this is gonna be so awkward. Like, I'm not good in front of big audiences. This is gonna be very awkward. I don't know why they wanted me on there. This is weird, man. But hey, we'll roll with it. We'll roll with it. I need to wake up. I need to wake up. I need to wake up. Man, I need to wake up. I'm doing okay, Cheeky. Thank you, bro. You got thrown off a cliff, so you gave up? Oh, shit. Yo, Ray J, what's going on, baby? Jamini, how you doing, my guy? What's up, Zero? Zero, how you doing, my man? How you doing, guy? Sunday afternoon stream, you like it? Oh, dude. I was up at 3 a.m., man, and I'm trying to get, like... All right, listen, I over-caffeinated myself, so I'm just waiting for that to kick in, but as of right this minute, dude, I ain't feeling it. But we're gonna bring our A game. Maybe a little bit of hydration will help, so cheers, chat. I love you guys. Yeah, I'm doing all right. I can't complain too bad, you know. Even if I wanted to complain, well, how far is that going to get me? You know, well, that ain't going to get me anywhere. Where's Akka? Where's Akayasha? What server is he on again? I forget. I thought I had him saved. Oh, yeah, 420. Oh, he's 43 now? Good stuff, man.
Now presidents tweet me for crypto tips. Silicon Valley, that's my old high school clique. Your algorithms bowl when I drop the next flick, but we keep it lit. Throw a gun on the ruins, lightsabers made of melted crowns. Energy drinks from fountain, selfie with the last quarterback while the bass keeps booming. Say G for the end game, bro. History zooming. One more.
Hey, Linus! Team Hydrate, yes. What's up, Nico? How you doing? Thank you for stopping in. You got this, G. You got this. You got this. I'm too shy for this public speaking stuff, you know? What's up, Ellis? How you doing? Can I see if your keep is dead? What? Why would your keep be dead? Just lock it in bubble. You got this. Don't worry. Oh, hey, anybody want to sponsor me the speed ups to get to 45? Man, instead of turning all my T2s, T3s, and T4 cabs to max, I probably could have been 45. That's disgusting. That is so gross, dude. That is so gnarly. But you know what? I need to finish my T5s too. I need to max out my T5s, and T6s, and then T7s. I'm doing okay. Thank you for asking. You don't have access to your keep. Why don't you have access to your keep? Is it technically your keep if you no longer have access? I gotta find out where they want me. I gotta pause the music. Hold on. 5 minutes? 5 minutes? Where do you want me at? Yoanya, what do you want me at, eh? Hey! Hey, where do you want me? Where do I join? What do I do? Tell me what I gotta do here. Come on. What do I gotta do? What do I gotta do, Anya? Hey, Anya. Whoa, that's a little bit loud. We don't need it that loud. We just need a little bit of background music, not much. They seized your keep until you're out of the hospital? Holy shit. That's just wild. Get in the C5 Discord and connect to the call. Make me. A script? I'm not following a script. Dude, I am... Oh, man. I'm the last person they want to invite into a public speaking event, dude. I'm telling you. We need more of this. They're like all serious and shit. They got bullet points. They got shit. They bullet points. Script. That ain't gonna work. I like how professional they are, though. You know, it's a professional standard. I like that. I like that. That's pretty organized. That's pretty good. I like that. That's some good shit. You know, that's some good shit. I want to share that with you guys, but I can't. By the way, did I see that you have Keeps at Evil? I'd love to be a part of the crew. Purely for the fun of Battlefields and SVS and stuff. So yeah, in the video description down below, we do have a little application that you can fill out if you are interested. We have 2K40s and 2K39s. We're going through the list of people right now that all applied. We're talking to them separately. It's nothing crazy. It's not like they're for free, obviously, right? And then we have no spending requirements. It's just because that way my leadership can get to know you guys kind of like how I know you, like what server you guys are on, what's your experience in the game, just basic knowledge stuff and who you are and what you're about and shit. And then they'll reach out to you either in Discord or I'm assuming in game, and they'll just be like, hey, let's get into a call together and talk some more about this and see if there's something you really want to do. So just fill out the application and be good to go. What's up, Nocturnal, my guy, dude? That's my boy right there. Oh shit, I guess it's time to rock and roll.
Try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. Looking for change, looking for pain. Pulling a mob, pushing a train. I'll never stop, stick to a lane.
Alright, let's go jump in. Let's pause the music and jump in real quick, chat. You guys ready for this shit? Y'all ready for this? Where's Red Ebony? Did we make a fool of ourselves or no? Did we do it or no? What's up, Chewy Chew? How you doing, baby? Man, I'm seeing a lot of people that I don't associate with anymore. Holy smokes. Okay, back to
Hello, everyone.
Oh, that must be her. That's Anya.
Can you guys hear me? Mic check? Yes, I know I got zeros here. Wing was relentless. It was so much fun. I was burning. Guys, can you all hear? For the mic check? I'm just waiting for everybody to join and then we will start. Okay, perfect, perfect. Let me just get the speakers on, and we will start.
The drinkers. She said drinkers wrong.
Hey, Anya.
Hello, how are you, Caesar?
I'm fine. Fine. A bit late to the to the game. We had some throne debacle 10 minutes ago.
Exactly. We're sitting on the throne, and I was like, Bezo, can you hold my tea for like an hour? I'll be back.
My. Well. Yeah, so let's see if we have Akka and yours, I guess.
Yeah.
Let's get it.
So I posted bullet points, and MrYours was like, I don't see the bullet point for I drink and play Evony.
Yeah, that's fine.
You cannot drive a keep.
Don't drive and drink.
Hey, you
Yeah.
can. I do it all the time.
Okay.
My Evony keep, anyways.
I see Akka. I have like 7 requests to speak. Guys, we will take your request and let you talk on stage once we are done with our agenda so that everybody is heard.
I'll be the best above all the rest, put me to the test. Expect nothing less, you check as I'm chess, what's happening next? You got the venom, a tangible weapon, no
Akka, hello. Mic check.
Hey, Anya. Hi,
Hello, how are
Can you guys hear
you?
me okay? I'm good.
Yes, I
All
can.
good, all good.
Nice chill Sunday.
Yep. Loud and clear, we hear you.
Okay,
How
that's
was
great. That's great. Hi,
COC?
everyone. What do you say?
How was COC? Do you guys play COC? Clash of Civilization?
I think our server did okay, if I remember correctly. I think we came like 3rd or 4th or something like that.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, we did all right. I didn't play though.
Okay. MrYours, hello, how are you?
Hey,
Mic
how
check.
you doing, Anya?
Oh, good. How are you? How's your Sunday going?
It's going good. It's going good. I appreciate you inviting me on here today.
How are you, yours?
Good, Caesar.
Good to
How you
hear
doing,
you.
my guy?
Yeah. So, Anya, should we just kick off? I'll do some introductions and talk a
Sure.
little about some basic stuff, and then we'll jump on to a few of the main bullet points and take answers from audience, I guess, questions and answers if we have something.
Absolutely. Let's start.
Yeah.
What's
Sure.
up, Sid? How you doing, baby?
Hi everybody, I'm Caesar. I've had a few events before. I am on server 706 on AGS team. And we have with us Akayasha or Aka, or maybe as some of you know him best as Red Evony on YouTube. All good, Aka?
Hi, Cesar. Hi, everyone. Aka here. Maybe there are some of you that don't know me, but I run the Red Evony channel on YouTube. And what else can I say? I'm on server 420, K43. I classify myself as a casual coiner. So, just go with the flow kind of thing. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Good, Aka. People also know him from YouTube and all of his live streams and everything fun you do for the community, yours and your alliance meetups you have and everything. Hope everything is good. You're a bit earlier than me in the day.
Yeah, everything's good, man. I can't complain too much, right? Appreciate you having me on here today. Hopefully we can talk about some good stuff.
Welcome,
Yeah, I'm sure.
welcome.
Yeah, I'm sure. as we are trying to keep this event, and yeah, I guess as free to play, low coin, medium coin, whatever that might be for people, whoever you ask, what's low coin and what's medium coin. But yeah, I'll do some basic information first. I think for players that likes to know. I mean, what are you going to do in this game right now? If you're a person who kind of spends nothing, and that's what free to play basically is. You're spending no money in the game, or maybe rally card monthly. Like that's it. That's what you have. So obviously you're going to be limited by a lot of factors, and I guess it's much the same as at a low coin too. I mean, if you spend a few $100s a month, that's, at least in my view, low coin, or medium coin maybe if you constantly spend like 300 or 400. But anyhow, before we jump to some of the specific bullet points and the specific stuff, I think I just wanted to say a few things, because I always am asked this. So I think what is the most important aspect of how to plan and build a keep as a free-to-play and low-coin player, right? What to do. So I think what you have to realize is that the number one factor will always be that spending coining budget. I mean, if you're free-to-play, you must plan accordingly to that. You can't do everything, right? You're going to be limited by your spending levels. So the less you spend, the more precious all resources are for you, right? So they need to be spent with, with a solid long-term plan in mind, because you have very little resources available to you as a low coin and free-to-play player, right? So I just wanted to put that out there. I think that's the most basic thing you just have to kind of get into your head. You can't catch up with buffs. So, that's the first thing. So, and I guess we're going to get some questions in this event. I mean, okay, so I'm free to play or low coin. What's based on what I just said? I mean, what type of keeps and builds are then possible to do? I mean, many of you know about the trap keeps, right? With a big cav shield, like a billion or two of cav, and then very little, higher tires. This used to be a good build for many players at some point. I think now that we had K50 update, and if you are on older servers, unless you are in a brand new server, trap keeps, I would, unless you are already heavy invested in it, I would strongly advise against building trap keeps now, because it takes time to build them for a low coiner and a free-to-play player, and also it's going to be very hard to actually defend now that you can at least get hit by K47s and up, depending a bit where you are in the game and your team, of course. But I think it takes too much time for a low coiner to build a proper trap keep now. So I would just kind of avoid it unless you're heavily invested in it. And then you also have, of course, the other type of keep, the high tire defense keep, right? The K43, K44, 30, 40 billion keep. This event is not about that. But as a low coin F2P player, you can't do this kind of build either, right? Obviously, you won't be able to gather enough buffs to have high tire defense, basically. So you need to avoid that also, of course. So that leaves us, I think, at least as I see it, it leaves us with one type of keep, and that's a ghost keep, right? You can just be a ghoster. You stay small, and then you ghost your PvP march. I think this is the type of keep that I would recommend now. I mean, it's cheap and it's fast to build it, and you can focus your resources on one type of build that is kind of sleek. So that's what I would kind of do unless you are already invested in a trap kit, but you might, based on where you are in what continent and what team you are on, you might have to be ready to actually dismiss your trap keep and convert to ghost keep at some point, all depending on where you are in the game. So, and then I was just going to mention a few things about what is a right ghost keep now in the game, and what is the the advantages of it. I think one of the main things is that you only have to spend resources on offensive buffs and debuffs. And you can only focus on one PvP march, and that should be an archer march. And don't build any ground, cav, or siege PvP march. Just focus on archers, because that's going to be the most usable march for a low coiner and free-to-play player, right? You can use it as a reinforcement march. You can have some fun with it if you have the right enemies, And then also I think. If you are a ghosting keep and you are not a big or fat keep, you are less a liability in your team too, right? And there's usually things you can fill out in a team. In SVS and in Battlefields, you can scout, you can do portals, you can reset throne in SVS, right? So it's easy to find, I think, a good role in a PvP team as a ghoster, as compared to a trap keep that might need a lot of reinforcement, or if you are a bigger half big keep that is not well built, you're just a point liability, right? So you have to stay bubbled. No, that's not a fun build at all. So that's my recommendation for many players now that are free to play and low coin. So just I would just focus on growing your keep level as a ghost keep. Only do the research and technology that will improve your archer march, and skip everything else, and just do the bare minimum to open other items in research, but focus your build towards your archer PvP march. And then you can build sub-generals with a focus on gear that gives debuffs, useful for your archer march when attacking. And also, I mean, if you only have one PvP march to go, you're going to be very fast and easy to ghost your one march, right? So it's an easy build to do. So I just wanted to say I think that's where the land lies now, at least from my point of view. I don't know yours and Aka. Of course, there's going to be different opinions, but what do you think about doing trap keeps versus ghost keeps these days?
I mean, to be honest with you, I was a huge fan of the trap keeps back in the day, like back when it was early on. And, as K45 came out, it kind of diminished a little bit, but it was still somewhat viable. But now that K50 is out, I think it's a little bit less effective, right? And it's going to be very hard to consolidate your account to be a free-to-play player and be a trap keep against these bigger accounts in the K50s, the K48s, the K49s, all that fun stuff. I recently acquired a free account to where I'm building a new T1 trap to kind of test this all out on. I don't know if it'll be successful or not, but I do like your point of view of, the whole ghost keep. I think that's pretty good, and also focusing on Archer March, I think that's very viable too. And I almost want to weigh more towards having that one Archer March being viable for yourself, your team, or buildings or whatever. I think that'd be more effective than what traps can kind of offer nowadays, because there's just the buffs are just insane. The march sizes are just insane nowadays. And, you can't really compete against that as a free-to-play player, right? So I mean, how long do you have to build before you can actually defend against that? And I mean, it's just never ending at that point, in my opinion. I don't know what Aka thinks about that, but I think the T1 days are almost over, to be honest with you.
I'm sort of in line with what both of you have said, but I think I have a slightly different trajectory on it. The way I see things now is that it's relatively speaking, it's not been that long since K50 dropped, and I think we are at a transition period. When T1s, really became popular was, that gap between 40 and 45. And people started, really exploring and seeing the benefits of that. Yours, I remember all the videos that you were doing, the shorts and everything like that. So that's all great stuff. I think now with K50 out, we are in the transition period where, as people are moving closer to K50, the builds of T1 traps are now showing signs of weakness. And why is that? That's because people at those higher levels, 47s and above, have moved much further in march size and buffs than what the previous build of T1s could handle. So, in my opinion, I think that we are in the transition period where I won't exactly call it catch up, but people doing T1 builds will have to improve their builds to the point where they can actually start dealing with the current levels of buffs and march sizes. And that's going to take a while. Okay. It's not something that, if you're completely free to play, that you'll be able to achieve now or anytime soon. So that's why I say we're in a period where we're transitioning towards that, because we're going to get to a point where, the higher tier of players are not going to be growing as quickly. So those of us at the bottom will be getting buffs and will be growing in keep level and things like that. Will be, I don't want to use the word catch up, because it implies that you actually catch up to the big coiners and things like that. I don't think that's going to happen, but I think we will get to the point where defense will be viable again. I think we will get to that point. Whether that's going to be later this year or sometime next year, I don't know. Depends on how quickly people are building and things like that. But the current T1 build will have to adjust to the current climate that we're in. That's the way I see it.
Yeah, that's a good point, Aka, and I didn't mean to be overly negative against traps, but I also see so many bad traps, because today you can't be a half a trap, right? You have to go all in and you have to build it correctly, and I think we probably only have 10% good trap keeps in this game right now, because people don't understand how to do the trap. And basically, as we talked about with the new K50 update and bigger players and march sizes, you have to be so extremely focused on what you do as a T1 trap, and it is time consuming. I will say that, but I know there are people who have put in the time that manage to do it, but you have to work on your reinforcements capacity too, I think, Aka, because reinforcements as a trap now is going to be, you have to have 40-50 million reigns if you are on a strong team, right? So that's the other thing of it. And but I mean, if you're able to push like to K43 or K44 as a trap keep correctly built, yeah, sure, I think it's some life there still. But you have to be extremely focused, and it's very time consuming, right? It's not easy to get to K43 or K44 when you're low coin. So
I really like the point that you raised, particularly about the reinforcing cap, because what was our current paradigm for T1 traps? Okay, Aka bringing out the big words now. Do your refine, okay? Do your flat refines, knock out 1 billion T1s, and you're pretty much done. That's the current mindset of building a T1 trap. It needs to evolve beyond that. Okay, yes, get your T1s, yes, have your flat refines, but you also need to work on your buffs. You need those new academy buffs. Okay, you need to work on your victory column. You need to work on your MA. Okay, having MA2 as a T1 trap is not going to cut it anymore. All right, you need to increase your rally capacity, all those kind of things. So because the goalpost has kind of shifted now with T50. We now need to move things in the direction in that direction for the T1 mindset. So I think it's taking what we have already and then building on top of it so that it matches the situation that is currently on ground. You know, I don't know what you guys think about that. Yours, what do you think about that?
The shifting,
Yeah.
I mean, I think the shift needs to kind of evolve, you know, outside of like the K38, K39 range, K35 range, and all that stuff. You know, like you said, mentioned with the military academy and everything, you know, shifting onwards to, you know, I think it's more than just having a billion T1 cabs, to be honest with you. You know, I think you're going to have to increase your layers to the T1s, T2s, and possibly even to the T3s. And, I mean, your layers are going to have to be strong, but, I mean, at the end of the day, like, you're going to have to try and maximize your debuffs to be, like, a T1 defense, right? And even still, it's going to be super hard to defend against any rally from, like, K49, K50. Never mind a rally, I mean, a solo, my apologies. And then if you're trying to take a rally, I just don't think that's feasible for any trap at this moment to successfully take one or even more than one rally. And the shift is going to have to come with, I don't know if it's your wall generals, your sub generals. I mean, if you're free to play, you know, how can you maximize your debuffs for that? Because that's going to be, I think, a key point here for these keeps that are trying to grow is your debuffs. You know, I mean, because your buffs are focused on flats. You know, your layers are focused on percents for the most part, so where's your advantage in that? And that's mainly just debuffs, right?
Yeah, I think with the expansion of buffs, debuffs now are a lot more important. I mean, I don't know if you guys know, I'm a debuff guy. Okay, give me 100% debuffs any day of the week. I'll take that over buffs. Okay, most likely people that are hitting you are gonna have much higher buffs than you have. So competing on the buff side is gonna be tough irrespective. The best thing you can do is, you know, try and maximize debuffs wherever you can get them. Okay, and it's tough, right? It's tough, especially if you have, you know, limited sub capacity. You know, I would say good T1 traps are working with like what, 8 to 10 subs, while, you know, K47s are working with like 12 or even 13 subs. You know, so yes, we need to bridge that gap, and there are quite a few things that you can do now, but it's still a grind for you to get to that point.
Yeah, that's a good point. And as both of you already mentioned, there's already now quite a few new sources for buffs and debuffs now, since K50 update, right? The academy, of course, is going to be important to do, but you also have the new building with the books. What's it called again? The Wisdom Dome. Yeah, that's a good source now for buffs and debuffs, and you have some flats also in the Coronation Fountain and stuff like that. So, but as we already said, I think you have to be extremely focused now, being a T1 trap. As a very good point, that a T1 trap with 1 billion calves at K38 now, that's not going to do it anymore. So you have to kind of be smart about it. But I mean, if you're not invested in it as a player and you're a newer player, I think I would advise against starting to build a trap kit now, because it's going to take you forever, you know, while you do it. And I think at least doing a ghost kit is a lot faster and a lot more fun, I think. So but I mean, it's going to depend, I guess, who you ask. But it's going to be rough building a good T1 trap. So. But I mean, we can move on from the traps, right? We have some other points in this event,
Yes,
and
exactly.
yeah,
The first thing is very important for free to play or small coiners or medium coiners. It's very important to be a part of a big alliance, or
I think you cut out there, Anya.
we lost Anya. But I think,
right? For example, This is very important because every little buck that you spend on the game counts for you, right? So the first thing is you have to be in the best alliance so that they can actually rain you, and you can, have good rains, good quality of rain, good quality of debuffs. And obviously, the subs get passed down, and you get, good matchups and stuff. So it's the part of this whole thing is you have to be in the best alliance on your server, or anything that comes first in your mirrors, because the more the rallies, the more the resources, the more you're going to get it, right? So it's very important to be in the server that you're on, one, the alliance that you're on, and given your spending, you can only choose the best, right? That's the first part to maximize your gameplay.
Absolutely agree,
Can I-
Anya.
can I-
That's a very good point. Yeah, okay.
Can I add one point to that? Can I add one
Sure.
point to that? Because we advise that you get into the best alliance, which is obviously the best advice that anyone can give you. But that's not going to be possible for everyone. I know that, we're over 200 people on this call. Not everyone is in the best alliance on their servers. So the best alliance might not be possible for everyone, but what you need is an active alliance. You need an active alliance where you have decent sized people doing decent sized rallies where you can get decent level of support. Okay? So if you can't make it into the best, this is the condition that I think everybody needs to go for. Look for places that are active, look for places that are supportive, and look for places that have a decent amount of people in there. Okay? Might not be the best, might be the second or the third best, but those criteria need to be there for you to be able to succeed as, a free to play or low coiner, and having that backup to help you out. That's just what I wanted to add to that.
Yes, very good point. That's how it is. I mean, not everybody is able to be in a good or a great alliance, because that's where you grow also the fastest, right? The bigger the alliance you're in, the more resources you will get from rallies, like 24/7 rallies. You're going to grow a lot faster in a big alliance. And to be honest, I don't think you can build a trap keep if you are alone or in a very small alliance now. There's no way you're going to be able to get the resources needed. So yeah, that's a good point for sure.
Because,
And I think
because your biggest peeps are rallying your mirrors. They can rally your mirror 6, they can rally pan 6, you get more speeds and more resources, and you have to spend less, so everything that you spend actually counts. So for that, it's very important to be a part of a good alliance. And somebody here said that there are attitude problems and stuff. Bro, if you want to enjoy the game, these problems are, you just get through them. So, it's not important. The part that is very important.
Yeah, dealing with issues on servers is like, I think I need to make like a video of teaching Evony players to get into Zen mode, right? Where nothing phases you, nothing worries you, you are completely at peace, and you just do your shit, We need that.
I agree completely. I mean, and I think that for the longer you play this game, you learn that a lot more, right? If you're on a young server, you have played for just like a few months or even a year, just you're gonna be bogged down in stupid stuff on world chat and drama, and just don't get down that rabbit hole. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. When somebody tells me that, Anya, I don't like you, I'm like, okay. I mean, that's your opinion. How does it affect me? It's your feeling. How? My gameplay. You don't like me.
Yeah, and I think it's possible to actually be in an alliance with people you don't like, because you can still respect each other even though if you don't like each other. I mean, we have people in my alliance that don't get are not exactly the best friends, but we respect each other and we play as a team anyhow, right? So it's all about kind of adjusting to the situation you are in. So Yeah, absolutely. And I think, Anya, I think a few other points in the event that we wanted to talk about was also maybe move over to, events, right? Which events to
Yes,
focus on,
yes,
and how to maximize the gains from events. I mean,
absolutely.
yeah, I mean, if you spend like a few dollars or even just $100 or $200, you have to kind of be aware on how you spend it. I'm not sure. I'm not the greatest coiner though, so maybe I don't know yours or Akka or Anya if you have anything to start with there. Is there any like greatest tips for? I know, because I know stamina is going to be problems for free to play and their gems.
Well, I have to say, Akka, when it comes to events, he's the go-to guy. He covers everything very well. You really do, Akka. I mean, I give you props for that. My only
Thanks, man.
suggestion would just be, like the Gather Troops event. For the free-to-play players, that's like the one I focus on, mainly for my just for the free stamina. You get the free stamina, you get the free gems, and over time, you do that event, and it's free to do for the most part, and that's just how you're gonna keep growing. Keep your stamina stockpile full as much as you possibly can, keep your gems going as much as you possibly can, and recycle all those gems and stamina just back into monsters. And I think that's just like a solid way to kind of grow it yourself and your team at the same time.
Yeah, definitely, man. I agree. In terms of like the events that are open to everyone, King's Path and Gather Troops, like these should be like your bread and butter, like the things that you completely do every time. And you can, like, these are two events that you cannot take it to the extreme. All right, you can't take it to the extreme. I think I did a video on what was it, on the Blood of Ares changes for the generals that they did, and I was making recommendations for generals in the Senate. And I remember some guy posted, and he's like, "Oh wow, maybe I'm the only one that has fully ascended Mehmet." And I'm like, "What the hell? You have a fully ascended Mehmet?" And he's like, "Yeah, he's grinding out the King's Path and getting that's like, I wouldn't say you need to get to that level, but King's Path, Gather Troop, you really need to grind those things out." Then,
Yeah, and I think also Akka, in Gather Troops, you also have a bit of March bits, right? So that's also nice.
yes, those ones are helpful when you do the traps. And when you attack the keep, you get March speeds in there. Those are very helpful. March speeds, arrest warrants, those things help. Gems. I mean, like the ones where you do the cultivation and the general. Like what I do, when I pick a day, I'm not doing anything. I just set my game on with the auto clicker, grind that one out, get the gems. Those are very important for you to do. The other thing, the stamina issue that we're talking about, King's Path, you get stamina in there. That's an important one. For those of us that don't mind spending a little bit, there's the General Ascension pack, the one that pops up for like $5, and you can get 90 stamina. I think that one is a bit finicky. It doesn't pop up all the time, but I think particularly when you have new events, that one tends to pop up. So I would advise you get that if you don't mind spending. Spend $5 on that with a triple down. You get 270 stamina in one go. That will take you for pretty much the entire event. So that's something to look out for. Getting your regular stamina from the market and things like that, to keep you afloat. Those are things that you need to be doing on a daily basis with if you're free to play. Then the other thing, particularly now as we're talking about events, is that you need to pick your events. Okay, not all events are the same, not all of them are equal. You don't need to put in the same amount of effort into all of them. For example, the days, I'm sure people have talked about this, the days we have golems and turtles, yeah, you should probably chill a bit on those days.
Yeah.
Okay, you don't get as much stuff with those ones. If you don't have a stamina issue, then that's fine. You know, all bosses are good bosses. You know, get the rewards. But if you're managing stamina, then you really want to minimize those ones on those days. Save your stamina or accumulate as much stamina as you can for the days where we have witches, where we have warlords. Okay, those are the times where you should be going hard like crazy. So those are, you know, two events that I would say that we should be mindful of. And then also be mindful of places where you can get special rewards, special items. Okay, you know, things that you need to grow, like blood crystals or blood of Ares, or, you know, rune stones, all those kind of things. You need to be making sure you're taking part in events where you can redeem all of those stuff, because if you're free to play, those things are gonna come hard. Okay, they're not gonna be easy for you to get. So try and do your best on those ones. One other thing, champions. If you have champions, you know, those should be like the first things that you do every day. Because as a free-to-play player, you need those general tokens. Okay? I'm not even going to talk about the blood of Ares and things like that, the general tokens, because there are very few sources for completely free-to-play players to get those general tokens. Grind them out. Another thing, on your wall, what's the name of that? There's that event thing that is there. Yeah, exactly. Thank you. Yes, do the expedition, because over time you will accumulate some general tokens from that as well. And yeah, those are a few things. Then one other thing I wanted to add, I think Anya and Caesar talked about it already. Special events that you need to pay attention to: Ymers, Hands, Hydras. Okay, you need to make time out to do those events. If you're having stamina problems, Hydras are a very good one, because you get resources, you get speed ups, and you get chips which you will use in the Wheel of Fortune for you to get stamina. So make sure you're active on those days, and everything else, yeah, you can kind of wing it as you want. I think you know, in terms of what events to focus on, I think that's the, you know, best advice I can give for everyone.
That was a very good list, Aka. I don't have much to add to that. I think the only thing I would say is that if you are ever to spend any kind of money in this game, the only thing you should then be spending money on is a rally monthly card. I mean, if that's all the money you're going to spend, that's going to be your best investment ever in this game if you are in an active alliance that rallies. I mean, the rally monthly card, you will join the rallies faster. Sometimes you can be on servers where people have to, especially on Ymir and those things, they might have to send a minute or two early, right? And I mean, I think rally card is the best thing you can spend on if you ever spend on anything in this game.
100%,
I mean,
100% agree. 100%
yeah.
agree.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So
Rally card and gems for stamina. That.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did we
because
cover...
you.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead, yours.
Did we cover, you know, like the timing for the events, you know,
And get as many resources from them. So stamina 1, rally card 2. This is something that if you are spending on, you're maximizing the return from it.
Yeah. Did we cover?
Yeah, and yours.
You were asking.
Yeah.
You know, like trying to capitalize, you know, on like the tactic research event, or trying to capitalize on the resource consumption event. You know, not building or doing upgrades outside of these events. You know, so that way you can kind of gain the most out of, like, especially the resource consumption. You know, where you get stamina, you get gems, and you get the building speed ups and all that stuff that you're gonna need later on down the road. You know, and not it being a random Tuesday, then all of a sudden you're like, you know what, I feel like going to like K41 today, and there's like no events going on. Like, you're not gaining anything from that, you know. So like, be patient with the events, and don't don't rush anything. You know, to be a successful free-to-play player, you have to learn patience and just get the most out of every event that Aka pointed out and Cesar pointed out and even that Anya pointed out. You know, there's no rush. The game's not going anywhere just yet. So just be patient and enjoy the ride, kind of.
Yeah, and that's a very good point, yours. We almost forgot that because always build during resource events and speed up events and spend Blood of Ares in Blood of Ares event and so forth. Yeah, right. Absolutely do that. Do not spend resources outside of the main events. That's a very good advice for sure. And I think also
the other point that we have to discuss is know your role in the battlefield, right? If you're not a big keep, you can be a building player, right? You can be a portal player. You can just have one march, as Cesar already said, that you can ghost it and use it to flip buildings, right? Like things in COC, there are massive points for buildings. If you get good buildings, you are going to score really nice. So if you aren't, you haven't spent a lot and you're a small keep, it's not necessary that you can play battlefields, but be sure of the role that you're playing and then maximize on it.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think that was one of the points we wanted to do also, Anya, a little bit about battlefield roles and communication and team stuff, right? So I agree completely. I think you also have to kind of build a keep as it fits a possible team you are in, right? What does your team need, right? Do they have 10 trap keeps? Do they have 15 ghost keeps and they only have 3 big keeps? I mean, so this is going to matter, right, to finding your role and how to build your keep, because you have to kind of see what alliance you are in and what do they need. I mean, do they need portal players? Then you can be a portal player, right? Try to find your role in a team. I think that's a very important factor too when you're doing stuff, right? And I think if you also are in a bigger alliance, if you're that lucky, if you are in a big alliance with big spenders and big coiners, free-to-play players that are active in the alliance, that are helping reinforcing, that are helping during SVS, helping in battlefield, those bigger players will send you stamina for free, right? If you do stuff for your team, you will get free stamina from the bigger ones. So that's also a big point, I think.
We have a player, he just built a very good trap keep, and he plays every SVS. He's on every temple, and he will not take solos or rallies. He is so active that he plays SVS, every SVS, and he's very, very active. And like you can get, it's not important that you have to be a K49 to play SVS. You can do temples and stuff, but you should know when to jump and what solo can you take, and of course rallies you have to jump from that. So if you are a small player, it doesn't mean that you cannot enjoy the game as other people do.
Absolutely. I completely agree about that, because I mean, if you are in a good team and you have a good team with you, I mean, people will send you stamina. I will do that to players that I feel are very active and are helping us, scouting keeps, checking throne, resetting throne. I mean, everything counts, right? You can't just kind of think that you can just sit around joining rallies for 7 days a week doing nothing in your team, right? That's not going to give you anything. So, you have to be a part of your team, right?
Oh, 100%. I think a big thing of it too, is like, where do you want to see yourself, right? If you want to be a free-to-play player, are you trying to be in a more competitive alliance? Are you trying to be in more of a casual alliance? What settings are you in? Do you want to be the teams that go to the COC or the finals and challenge? And are you playing SVS? Because you have to put yourself with the right team to kind of adjust how you build your keep to the people that you're facing. If you're not doing SVS and you're just doing Battlefield and you're facing smaller keeps, it's much easier to kind of adjust your keep to face those teams, right? But if you want to be more competitive, there's a lot more work behind it and a lot more commitment to that keep that it's going to require to be part of those teams. It all depends on where you want to be as a player. So you have to be in the right setting too.
Yes, definitely. That's what we kind of everybody has to think about. You know, where are you in the game? How active are you, and you know what's your goal? So sure. And I think Akka, do you have anything to add to the the team battlefield thing? I mean, we are all in different teams. I think me and yours are in bigger teams. So is Anya. Your team, Akka, how is kind of your typical battle team?
Yeah, we're pretty much on the smaller side, but that's largely because our biggest players don't really play Battlefield anymore. I mean, we have a keep that is like over 100 billion power. He doesn't play. We have another one that's like almost 45 billion. He doesn't really play. So yeah, our battlefields are not the typical stuff that you will see in in the YouTube videos. Ours is the scatter and run around type of battlefield. So in that sense, if you're in that kind of alliance, being free to play and being a trap keep or whatever you are, you still have very good opportunities for for participation in PvP. You can take, like Anya said, take certain roles, manning buildings, things like that. For alliances of our side, you still even have opportunities to join in on rallies and participate. So it really depends on where what your situation is, the alliance that you're in, and also what your mindset is towards PvP of different kinds. I know some people are maybe not quite as comfortable with PvP as others. Some people are very much gung-ho, while others are like, okay, I just want to relax and chill kind of thing. So it depends on what you want out of the game and how you want to enjoy the game. If you're somebody that is perfectly happy with just playing Battlefield every week and then, grinding out your monsters and stuff, that's cool. If you're someone that wants a bit more, involvement, a bit more action in SVS and things like that, that's cool. All of those things will determine the kind of direction you should take your keep to. And like what everybody has said, all the advice is valid if you want to be in like an active PvP team that is doing SVS, that is doing COC, doing Throne. If you want to be part of that, you need to build according to that. So yeah, I'm pretty much in line with what everyone has said.
Yeah, and that's a good point, I think, Aka, because not every player is going to be in the top, alliance team on the server. I mean, we have a smaller team on our server. They are more a social gang. They like to, talk shit and be in Battlefield to have fun, to share drinks together, right? But they have a lot of fun, and they don't take it too seriously, right? They're not going into Battlefield to win every time or to do something specific. They just have fun with it, So that's completely fine too. Yeah. And I think, Anya, if there is anything else specific we have forgot to talk about,
Yes,
or else maybe there are questions.
Absolutely. I will start talking to the questions. There's a question that what do you think is better for the wall gen itself or a debuff gen?
Yeah, so this is probably dependent on. I guess this is if you are a trap keep, then you have a wall general. I would say because as a trap keep, percent buffs for higher tires doesn't gonna matter much for you. So I would put debuff gens on the wall, absolutely, any day. That's like an extra sub for you as a trap keep. At least that's my point. I don't know, Akka, and yours.
Personally,
yeah,
I would say debuffs. Sorry, Akka.
Yeah, go on, man.
No, I've been out of the trap game for a while, but it's something I'm exploring right now, and I think ultimately you kind of need those debuffs over those percents, because like Cesar said, it's not gonna, your upper tiers aren't gonna gain as much from your percents anymore, especially nowadays. It's just much different.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, yeah. Go
Oh,
ahead,
yeah, I
Hector.
was just gonna say I kind of agree with that. Um, there is a lot of merit to having debuff general as your wall general, particularly if you're a trap keep and that's the kind of game that you want to play. Um, from For me, I went through a progression. Okay, I first of all started with a regular wall general, then I had a wall general with a debuff general as the assistant, and then I switched to like a purely PvP assistant. So if you're gonna play the trap game, I think most likely debuff general is gonna be the more beneficial or the most beneficial option for you. If you are looking to transition, let's say at some point, then maybe having a wall general with a debuff general as the assistant is probably the best way for you to make that transition later on. You build out your keep, you build out the higher tiers and things like that. Then you've already developed the wall general. You switch out the debuff general for a PvP general as the assistant. I think that way you'll be able to make a smooth transition. But that is dependent on the fact that your debuff game is good already. So that's something that you need to focus on as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it depends on your team, as you say, because I mean, if you're facing mostly smaller enemies, if you're on a smaller team, right, you might be maybe you just face K43 or K44s, then I think it might be something to have some more percent, and you can maybe have some more higher tires in your defense as a trap. But just be aware that once you kind of are in a team that faces regularly K47 and above, I do not think having any kind of high tire is going to make any difference to your defense, because you have to have debuffs and you have to have reinforcements for that. So it depends on where you are in the game. Yeah.
So when you are playing a game, you have to be very conscious of when there is a rally on you. If you cannot pull your troops, you should be able to call for rains from your alliance. That rains change the whole part, right? If you're playing as a trap keep, and it is very important when you're playing a battlefield to know where, when to go. If you're ghosting marches on portals, or if you are getting rallied and you cannot pull, as for rains or a port swap, that is a huge accomplishment for a trap keep, that they were getting rallied and they port swap with a K48, K49, and it changes the whole point exchange there. So you have to be quick, and these skills develop with time. So the more you play, the more you will develop those skills.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think I forgot to mention it earlier when we talked about important buffs, but I just remember that for trap players, I think if you are able to push your battle-tested specialty on your wall, because that's going to be very important. So I think you should focus a lot on battle tested for both your main and the secondary wall general, because with the new battle levels, you're going to be able to have more flats on your wall with those. So I just wanted to say that while I remembered it. Yeah.
Yeah, actually, I was actually going to talk about that a bit later, because there's a bit of an issue with that. I mentioned it recently in a video. With the new battle tested, yes, you should definitely strive to get enough battle tested that you can upgrade the one on your wall general and the assistant to the red quality. That's what you should aim for. I think you get like an extra 500 flats for attack on it. So that's great. The problem is that Evony has significantly restricted the options for getting battle tested now. There are only, as far as I can tell, somebody correct me if I'm wrong, there are only two places that you can get battle tested from. Either you play SVS or you coin.
Yes.
I think those are the only two options now. And we get back to the point that we were talking about earlier. It's with the K50, it's becoming increasingly difficult for free-to-play players or lower coiner players to participate in SVS, because it's the buffs are just so crazy right now. I mean, I on our server there was one guy that got hit with like 9 million March size thing, and the guy was like, I can't do this shit no more, So I think for me it puts players in a bit of a box, because we're talking about battle tested for the world generals, but you also need battle tested for your sub gear, because you need it to upgrade from the Parthian gear to the Apollo gear. So battle tested is a scarce commodity now, and you will really need to manage how you use what you have, and how you get more. If we're talking of a progression, I personally would recommend doing your debuff generals first before doing the battle tested on your world general. I don't know what you guys think about that.
I personally think you're 100% right, because there's only the amount of like runestones you need for, the battle tested on like your wall general. You're not going to gain as much as you would as far as gaining debuffs on your sub generals, right? Between all the sets they have to offer and a lot of the ones that you can acquire from certain events, they offer a lot of debuffs, which, for more of a free-to-play player, that should be gold to you. Go to the debuffs, don't go to the percents. And battle tested offers a lot of percents, it offers a little bit of debuffs, but if you can capitalize on your sub-gens, and especially the debuffs they offer in the last specialty, I think that's going to make you much better of a player and do better in SVS, do better in Battlefield, do better for your team. So 100% Akka, I think you nailed that right in the head, bro.
Yeah, good point. I mean, battle tested is only available basically through SVS for free, so it's going to be very difficult to obtain, yeah, for sure. And as you say, yours, the immortal runestones is going to be a pain in the ass too. So but yeah, definitely I agree. Do the subs first, and I mean the wall is probably when you have done everything else, you can focus on the wall, kind of, yeah.
Yeah, especially when I think to upgrade the battle tested on the wall, you need to get it to the max level. Then for you to get it to red, I think you need 100 battle tested fragments. So that's a lot, considering that not each, but the SVS chests that have the battle fragments inside, they only have 10 in each chest, and you need 100. So it's tough.
Yeah, absolutely.
Also, as somebody has said that also in third quarter of the year there was a dev call earlier, right? That they said in third quarter of the year we get 2 battlefield slots, right? We don't know when it will be actually done, but they said it will be the third quarter of the year, and that will be a very good thing where those players who play socially, or those who are F2P, or those who are small coiners can actually have fun and be signed up in a different way. We still have no idea how that will work and how Evony will put it up, but fingers crossed. Let's hope for the best.
Yeah, that's true. I forgot all about that. That's true. They said they were going to do that, so it's going to be interesting to see. And I think, as you say, I think another kind of thing you have to think about is if you're a small player, a free-to-play player, and you don't fit into the big alliance or the big team, maybe you will have more fun joining, a smaller team on the server where you have players more like you and where you can actually be more active. So I just wanted to add that also. I mean, you don't have to be in the big alliance, but you can have more fun also in a smaller alliance if you're a small player. So, yeah.
Also, one very important thing that I like to add here, if you're sure about something, ask your alliance mates. If you cannot, you have Discord, right? On our Discord, we have, the veteran players who will always answer your questions or try to answer whatever difficulties you face. If instead of making the wrong decisions, and, because they are going to cost afterwards, right? So before you do any such thing, please do ask people because they do help, right? This community is absolutely beautiful, and they help as much as they can from their free times. So instead of going ahead, or if you cannot understand something and if you need help for it.
Yeah, and we had a question here from Mars, and I think it's it's an important distinction because if you're a trap player, you have to focus on your wall generals. But if you are, that's why I'm saying that a ghost keep is much easier to do, because if you're a ghost keep, you don't have to care about wall generals at all. You don't have to spend anything on them, right? So then you can use battle tested and runestones for your archer PvP march. And that's what you have to worry about, and of course your sub generals. But you can altogether forget about wall generals, right? So that's the difference.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. I mean, I think that was a good question by them. We're doing a lot of conversation, like free-to-play players and trap keeps. What about the ones that ghost? I mean, it's much different than a trap keep. You don't really have to worry about your wall general as much. You can kind of just focus on, what Caesar said. Focus on those marching gens and your percents at that point. And be much more successful.
Yeah, and obviously you don't have to spend that many resources on 2 billion T1s and 500 million T2s. You can spend it on buildings instead, right? On academy levels and keep levels. So yeah.
Yeah, good point there, Caesar.
Yeah. Anya, is there any more questions from the chat, or is there anybody who wants to be on the stage?
What do you got,
guys? If you okay, if you guys have any questions, you can ask now. And if you guys wanna talk on stage or ask anybody a question, please raise your hand. There's a raise your hand button where you can come on stage, and we will accept the request. So if you guys want to talk, let me know.
Where's Zero? He must have a question, right?
Absolutely. He's the
I know he's in here somewhere. He's just hiding right
now. No, sorry, Ram Room, this wasn't recorded. And the most important thing, please go on.
It is recorded, but we can share that later.
Yeah. I will share it with. There is a huge channel. Wait, let me just link it to you, where we share all the C5 events. We have done like 40 plus events by now, and if you want, there are here. Let me just post the link. Copy link. We post every. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, and while you find the link, and I was just going to add to that I mean, outside of the events we have on C5. Any questions you have, be a member of the Discord servers and ask questions in the different channels, and use the library in C5 and stuff. There's a lot of great resources there if you just take the time to spend the time to look for answers. You're going to find it on Discord, but you're also going to find the wrong answers. So always double check answers if you get.
No, it's true.
That is actually true.
The content in Discords are amazing. They truly are, and I haven't been a part of them for a while, but I do have to say, Anya, thank you for the invite to the C5 Discord. Great place to be, a lot of information, as long as you can kind of like separate the bullshit away from the good shit. It's great information and good people in here too, a good community that you've built over here, so good job on that.
Thank you. We try our best, and Seer maintains the library. That is a hell lot of difficult job.
Yes, I mean, Seer should have a gold medal long ago, because the amount of job she does for the Discord is just crazy. I mean, it's crazy.
Absolutely.
So there is nobody that dares to go on the stage, Anya, with us. I mean, we bite. All of us bite.
Yeah, there's a question. What about combo trap keeps? Is it good to have ground plus cavalry troops, or should I only use cavalry T1?
That's a very good question. Caesar, would you like to go?
Well, yeah, that's a good question, and I know there are successful ground traps, and I don't personally have much experience with them. But from what the discussions I had in the years on Discord, it sounds to me that ground traps are more tricky to build, and they are somehow more expensive and more difficult to kind of play the right way compared to Cav. I don't know if Akka, if you have any more to that, because it's really not one of my specialities with ground trap keeps.
Yeah, I pretty much agree with that. Ground, just from, okay, let's look at it from a resource perspective. Okay, for ground, for building calves, let's say you wanted to build, let's say 100 million, I believe, you would need about 8 billion food and 8 billion lumber. If you're building 100 million ground, you would need 16 billion food. Okay, so I believe that's correct. I think the numbers are correct. Apologies if they're wrong, but you need a lot more food specifically to build ground troops than you need to build calves. So in that sense, it might be a bit more expensive because all the focus is on the food, while for calf, it's split between food and lumber. So that's from the troop perspective. For the actual building of a trap keep, you can build it to the point where it's successful, but you won't build it in the exact same way that you do for a calf keep. For calves, what do you need to do? You need to do your refines, and then you need to, knock out the T1s. All right, that's fine. If you're doing ground, yes, you can do the same, but your refines need to be for ground. If you're doing a mixed keep, which is kind of like what I have, you need to split the refines between ground and mounted. That's the first thing. Second thing, you need to build both. You need to build both troop types. So you need both T1 cav and T1 ground. Then for the mixed troop mixed type, I found that if you're just focusing on, like with the cav, if you're just focusing on the T1 alone, that's not really gonna cut it. For the mixed one, it's important that you have the T2 and, if possible, the T3 as well. That's when that type of build becomes, effective, in my opinion. And that's actually why I use. I've covered this in a video already. But if we're looking at it cost-wise, it's probably more expensive than building just a regular T1 cav. So I guess it depends on what you want. When I did my build, I did it as a bit of an experiment because I wanted to see if we have more options than just the regular T1 cav. Trying out stuff in Evony is tough and it's expensive. So we don't really have much luxury to try out things. And we're talking about like T1 cav, okay? We're talking about mix. Somebody was asking me how would range T1 keep, how would that work? I don't know because I've never had the luxury of trying it out. But what I have done is the mixed, and it works. You can build it so that it works, but it has its drawbacks and it is more expensive than building regular T1 cav.
Yeah, and then I guess also Akka with a ground trap, you would also, as I think Seer mentioned as a good point, you also have to think about the debuffs, because for a cow trap you can mainly focus on archer debuffs and maybe a little on ground and cav, but I mean for ground you will also have to focus a lot on ground and cav debuffs, I guess. So it's going to be hard to do the right priorities, I think.
Yeah. The cav debuff part is a bit easier. The ground debuff part was difficult.
Yeah, makes sense. So, and I think also from kind of a support standpoint, if you build a ground or an archer or some kind of a weird trap keep, it's going to be a lot more difficult to get advice for you, because it's much more rare, right? So if you have a cav trap, I mean that's 90% of trap runs cav, so you're gonna have a lot more answers for your questions also. So yeah.
Okay.
There's another question. Where would you invest in Civ gear, full choreo, or your PvP march as a low corner?
For a low coiner?
But that's if you are a trap kip, because again, if you're a ghost kip, you don't need wall stuff. So I guess that's if you're a trap kip. I think I think that choreo is kind of today. I think you can find better combinations. I think than choreo, because I think right now. If you focus on gear pieces that give 2-piece set buffs, and then maybe they also add flat buffs and some other debuffs that you need. So I would seriously consider to do like 2 and 2 and 2 sets, because then you get the 2-piece set buffs, and then you can try to mix and match the exactly thing you need for your keep. I don't have in my head the exact combinations, but I know that Seer has in the library on C5, I think he has something that you can actually kind of compare all of the different Civ gears, like something you can an Excel spreadsheet for those who likes that. I know that's not
Yeah.
many.
We love those spreadsheets. Go ahead.
As far as the refines go, I mean, if you're talking a straight flat rebuild here, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong on this, but doesn't Civ gear offer higher flats overall compared to just normal, the Apollo gear?
If I remember correctly, I think flat refines is the same on.
I think it's the same. Yeah.
Yeah,
the same?
yeah,
Okay.
it's just a percent. I think yours. That's
Okay.
gonna be different. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but
for the,
yeah.
I was gonna say for the Civ gear, if your choreo is generally regarded as the best set for defense, but if you're a trap keep, that might not be the case. Choreo is primarily focused on range and siege buffs. That's the main things that you'll be getting with a full choreo set. And if you don't have the siege for that, then it's not going to be particularly helpful for you. So for a lot of people, you might actually need to mix some of the gear pieces on your wall general. For me, I have the full choreo, but I don't use full choreo on my wall general. I use 4-piece choreo, and I have the Augustus helmet and the Augustus legs. And I use those specifically because of the debuffs that those 2 pieces have.
Hey, Mental Goddess.
So it's very possible that you can
Anya's taking
get
questions
the Civ gear,
in
but then
the C5
put
Discord, not
pieces
for my stream,
with,
sorry.
good, decent debuffs for you to have on your wall general.
She doesn't know I'm streaming, I don't think.
That's another option that you can go. What's the trade-off that you're making? You're making some trade-off in range and siege buffs, but you're getting, debuffs in return. So that's something that will be significantly influenced by the kind of build that you have.
Yeah, and I think also I know depending on if you are completely free to play, your issue is probably going to be supremacy Civ gear pieces, the left side of gears, because I think most players can grind out the right side pieces. But the left ones is going to be more difficult. So you might use some kind of a combination on Civ gear on the right side, and then maybe some Partian or other stuff on the left side. So you just
Listen,
you just
chat,
you have to
someone come
just
into the
dig
Discord
around
right now. Raise your
to
hand and
see
come ask a
what
question.
the different gear
Come
pieces
on.
can offer, and
Come on,
also
chat, somebody.
don't forget the
Do it.
2-piece or 4-piece
Chewy.
set buffs.
Chewy, do
Also
it.
look at those, right?
Do it, Chewy.
So,
Trust me,
yeah.
this is the time. This is the time, baby.
Also, there's another question on wingless SPS. To be honest, for our server, I think we
do
have arranged 3 wingless SPS. by which only those on first day, only those who play that those don't have wings, right? So I think we have shared it in the library as well. If you want to go over the rules and you can discuss. This is another thing that helps your server to have more participation from players who do not have wings or who are free to play or those who don't coin a lot. This is actually a very good motivator for those players on your server and to test their defenses as well. So if you can arrange it, if you want to see how it works, we already have the rules which we did for our server. I will link it later.
Yeah, and I also saw there was a question here also related to debuff generals. What is the best debuff generals for a free to play player? And I guess as if you are completely free, you're mostly going to be talking about tavern generals, not like Andrew Jackson and those guys. I don't remember. Akka, you have better memory than me, but I think it's Andrew Jackson is at least one of them.
Yeah, if you're completely free to play, Andrew Jackson is hands down the best one you can get. It is definitely the best one you can get. You get him, you get extra copies from the tavern, send him. For completely free to play, that's the best option. Once in a while, you will get your hands on better debuff generals. Hojo Ujiyasu, for example, is another one who is like the kind of upgraded version of Andrew Jackson. Once in a while, you will get those, better sub generals. The problem is whether you can ascend them. You can pop the general in, but then the general will be there in your sub with very little hope for ascension. I have one particular general like that. I was able to ascend him to 2 stars, and for almost a year now, I've not been able to get a single fragment for him.
Oh, God.
So you might have situations like that, and in that case, the tavern generals will be a decent option. Andrew Jackson, hands down, I 100% recommend that.
Yeah, that was what I also remembered, Akka. And I think I saw the chat also asking what about Nero? He's also a free general in the tavern, right? But I think what many people is forgetting when you are a trap keep. I mean, you have to have debuffs general that debuffs attack, not HP and defense that much. I mean, your main priority is attack debuffs, because HP and defense, that's not going to help you too much. I mean, then you are a bigger player, I guess. That's something else. But attack debuffs is where I think you should focus mostly on. Because, yeah, I mean, HP and defense is, in certain cases okay, but attack is always going to serve you better, I think.
Yeah, Nero is a very good option, but in my opinion, like you said, he's a specialized option. Nero is particularly for people that want HP debuffs, and particularly in relation to Siege. Nero is a good option. Nero will give you attack buffs, but they are generally lower than what you would get if you went with another general. One thing. Second thing, for you to get the full benefit of Nero, you need to do his specialties as well.
Yeah, and Nero is very light on attack debuffs, even fully ascended. Just have that in mind.
He gets like 16% attack debuff, I think, something like that. But for him, it's for all troops.
Yeah, that's true. So the HP and defense, that's for all troops. So that's the kind of the good thing about Nero. And I also saw somebody mention, because I think people are also forgetting this, Catherine II. I mean, many people say scoffs at Catherine II, but she is a very cheap sub-general to do for free-to-play players, because you don't have to do any of her specialities. But she has to be fully ascended, because if you look at her last ascensions, she will actually add quite a bit of attack debuff there, more than many others. So yeah, Catherine II is a great option. also, in my
Yeah,
mind.
she's a good option, but she's also a bit of a specialized general in that she will give you debuffs for range and siege. So if that's what you're looking for, she's a good option. If you're looking for the general that will, you can get the most out of, if we're comparing, I think Nero is a better option than Catherine. But Nero, you need to do his specialties as well. Catherine, you just need to knock out the Ascension and you're good. But again, it's range and siege. That's what she's going to give.
Yeah, that's obviously a good point. And but most, I mean, if you're a cav trap, archer attack debuff is going to be a good thing for you.
What's going on, baby? Thank you for stopping in, bro.
Yeah, I think
one
that's.
more thing.
Yeah.
Go on, please. Go on.
No, take it.
Also, one most important thing is why we're all here. Look, this is a game, right? Learn to enjoy it. The game should not feel like work for you, right? If it's work, then you're not doing it right.
Sorry, what?
Find your own.
Huh? I thought it was working.
Was it? It's just work, isn't it?
Yeah,
I thought it was. Man, we working here, no?
I don't know, man.
It's our second work. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm on the clock right now.
We tend to forget. I mean, if you're not having fun, you might as not well play at all, right? That's obviously the takeaway.
If you have a server where you're constantly getting stressed over whatever is being said in the WC, or if you're having issues with the players on your server, it's not fun. Just switch servers or play with the teams that you align more with. And, stress in real life already, right? So we do not need an app to give us food stress. So the most important thing is that have fun. Have fun while doing it. If not, just ask, other people how they play, or fill for them, or get to know other alliances, how they do this, all that. Okay, we have a request for speaker. Do you think, will you guys be okay if I add somebody?
Oh, bring it on, let's get it.
Absolutely.
Sorry, I'm the wild child, Caesar.
Okay.
Oh, we need that.
Hello.
Oops.
Hello, Kali.
Can you hear me? Hey,
Yes,
I just
we
want to
can.
tell you guys something about the tavern, which we experimented with in the past, was that, say you have Baduka, who shows up in the tavern. She will be there on your server for everyone until the tavern resets. You just have to cycle through all the generals. And that's the easiest way to get those trash generals we need to ascend. So I just wanted to add that because we've experimented with it before. I've been playing this game for like 7 years. And that actually works. But it's only server wide. It's not multiple servers.
Sorry, so if I get you correctly, if one person has the general in the tavern, then everyone else can get the general. Is that what you mean?
Yes, on the server, on the specific server. And this was not confirmed by the devs, but that's how it works. Now, if you go to a different server, it's not going to work that way. But if you cycle through all the generals in the tavern, you will say you want Andrew Jackson. If one person has it on your server, everyone has it. You just have to cycle through the generals in the tavern, essentially.
I see.
To get
Oh,
it.
really? Really?
Yeah,
I never heard about it.
There's a lot of experimentation that I went through on my original server, and that still works, but it does not work cross-server.
Yeah, so it has to be in the same server. Gotcha.
Yep.
All right, that's a good tip for those who want to grind out the tavern generals for sure.
Now,
And that's all I wanted to say, guys.
Now,
Yeah.
well, I'm curious, Kat, real quick. Did you find that with the refresh rates too? When it refreshes, does it change at all?
It does change. So just because you had Andrew Jackson, say, in the tavern before refresh, the 4-hour refresh, he will not always appear the next time. But whoever is in the tavern like Jindiok, if you're trying to get that, they will be in there for the 4 hours for everyone. But you have to spend the gems, and then you'll see the same patterns of generals repeat. But that's how you get multiple copies to ascend the generals. And that always, for the most part, always works. They have not changed
call,
it.
bro. Come on, raise your hand.
No, I like that you mentioned that because you know that is something that we've been kind of experimenting with for a few of the generals on our server, on C2, and it does seem like it kind of aligns with what you're saying. And your confirmation to that is very helpful. So thank you for mentioning that.
Yeah, we've experimented for years, I should say, and it's always worked. So you just have to spend the gems. Ebony doesn't ask anything for free.
To repeat. Yeah, I think they didn't get it. But can you repeat once more, please?
Yes. So mainly the thing is, if you say have a Baduka come up in your tavern, she will be there for everyone in your alliance on your server. And you could get multiple copies just, by doing the refresh thing. But it only works for your server, and it's only into reset, and then they reset the generals. So this has been a pattern that we've experimented with, and it has always worked. But it's per server, and it is specific to that general, if that makes sense. And that's how you can, well, obviously you need blood, but that's how you can get those, I say, trash generals, basically for your Senate, to build that up.
Mm-hmm.
Very interesting. Very interesting. Thanks, Carly. And before Carly was on
Thank
stage,
you.
I just saw somebody mention in the chat as we talked about debuff generals and trap keeps there. Somebody mentioned siege and debuffs. I mean, let me just say that straight away. If you're a free-to-play or low or even medium coiner, forget about siege. You shouldn't have any siege. You should only have layers.
I like your
Just
honesty, dude. That's awesome, bro.
Yeah, I just wanted to get that in there.
It's like, let's just straighten this out real quick. All right, guys, listen. All right. I like it, man.
Oh yeah. Any more questions from the chat or people on the stage?
I think somebody should come up again. Get somebody up here.
Yeah.
Anya, who do we got?
Yeah.
It's gonna be somebody.
Yeah. I sent the request. I think I had sent request to Khalid.
Khalid?
He has his hand up. Yeah. He has his hand
Is he
up.
gonna sing? Is he gonna sing for us?
Oh, come on, Khalid.
Probably.
Alhamdulillah, bro.
He's being shy right now.
I think Baby Bear should get up here. Come on, baby. What are you doing?
Yeah, at least she can sing. At least.
Yeah. What are you waiting for, Baby Bear? What are you waiting for?
On stage. You know, when I was starting this, I actually literally invited her, and she was like, "Oh no, please, I cannot." I was like, "No, you have to, at least in the end."
Oh, she can
Get up on the
multitask.
stage.
She's saying she's playing SVS. You know, I was just playing SVS at the beginning of the call. You can play SVS and talk at the same time. Come on, Baby Bear. You can do it.
Up? Am I here?
Yes,
Hey, Bear.
we can
Hey,
hear
Bear.
you.
Everyone knows that beautiful voice.
I was soloing people on 2 accounts, and it was a lot of fun. So I'm sorry, but I was listening to every single word you guys said. It was you guys did a really great job. Seriously, as somebody that's not, a lower spender, I appreciated it just because you need to be able to support your team as a whole. And I know that a lot of times, we might not understand certain things that the lower spenders need. And this is something that I've been truly finally figuring out, how we can support, just all of the players. So I think it's really important to do that. And I really appreciate the event. So thank you guys.
Thanks, Bear.
Thank you.
Nice.
Hello, Khalid. How are you?
Hey, baby, what's going on?
Sorry guys, I
Khalid is going to sing for us.
Holly's the little BB.
So cute.
He's shy. Khalid is shy.
Go ahead,
Too
Khalid.
shy.
He has P freight.
Sorry, I lost. Yeah, sorry, I lost the connection. I mean, my internet always doing that to me during the important moments. I would just want to thank you for preparing this kind of event. I mean, it will help the community a lot. I'm very thankful for you guys. Also, it's my first time to talk with you,
Oh,
Akayasha. I used to see your channel since the beginning, the first
No,
videos
thank you,
that
man.
you
Thank you
made.
very much, man.
Yeah. Before you start, I was trying to start my YouTube channel, but you did amazing. So I said, no, there is no need for me. So you all your content.
All right, thank you.
No,
we
actually,
have another person. Death Angel, hello, how are you? You requested to speak. Do you have a question?
Uh, Hi. Yep. I actually do have a question. It's kind of relates back to a little bit towards the free to play. So, how would you grow a Keep 44 at free to play?
That's a good question, man. And you got to be with the right team. I think if you want to be a K44, you got to place yourself with the right team. You can't do that kind of solo with a low rallying team.
And Death Angel, are you like a trap K44 you're talking about, or a ghosting K44, or what's your idea here?
Okay, so I actually inherited my account from a very good friend that quit. Once K44 K50 came out, he's like, nope, I'm out, and he just kind of gave me the reins. And
I see.
So
I see.
he was a K43, and he maxed out T1s and has already started building T2s, and has a very large troop build. About 25 bill. K43 is essentially what I inherited at. K43 23 bill, and then I brought it up to K44, so it's brand new K44. I'm not a big spender. I might spend maybe $200 every once in a while, and if I can, or if big bonus comes around once a year, I might be able to do 400 to get a champion. So I'm a low spender, but that's not going to grow the keep like the teams are what you would normally see. So I was wondering, from your guys' perspective, what would you do in that first point of view?
Yeah. Okay, that's helpful, because I know there are quite a few other players who has inherited accounts from people that has quit. So this keep has been coined quite a bit, and it's now 25 billion with the high tire defense. I think the main thing you have to think about is that as time moves on, you're not going to be able to keep up with the needed buffs for the higher tire defense. That's going to be your main issue, right? So I think you should just have fun with it now while you can, because as long as it's decently competitive in your team, I mean, that's fine. And work on reinforcement capacity for your K44. I think that's going to be some of your best investment, and do it as fast as possible, because in a year or two, if it's not coined properly, then you might have to start dismissing troops on it, right? Because you're going to be a point liability at some point. But just have fun with it now, and try to focus on, if you have defense reports from battles and stuff like that, try and see where are you going to spend those little money you do, right? Are you going to spend them on more debuffs? Check your generals, check your debuff gear on your generals. I mean, just work on it and don't stress it. I mean, have fun with it while you can. That would be my advice, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Well said, Cesar.
I don't
I
know
think
if
it's well said.
Yeah, but because
Yeah,
that's
that's
basically
right.
how it is. I mean,
Yeah, you have to play and spend in the environment that you're in, right? And if you can't, you can't overpush yourself, right? Don't oversell yourself and set yourself up for failure, right? You know, kind of build at your own limitations. Don't overbuild, don't overspend or underspend, I should say. You know, be comfortable where you're at and know your limits and stay within that kind of zone, and don't push outside of it too much with your team and also your server as well. You got to be careful on that, man.
Yeah, and don't build troops. I would say spend your resources on buildings that can just add more buff to the troops you have. Basically, that's another advice I would give.
Buffs before troops. Buffs are the most important thing. Troops can follow later.
Oh,
yeah, and
nowadays.
and sometimes I say, if you're in doubt, don't build troops. Right,
Yeah.
that's going to be a good advice.
I agree, bro.
Cool,
Yeah, I would
of
say
course.
this one
We
is-
have another. Yeah, please
Go
go on.
ahead. No, go for it.
Okay, we have another question. Coffee J, hello, how are you?
Hey, Anya. Hey, guys. I'm on 1096. Go by Asshole J. Sorry if that's inappropriate.
I love it, dude. That's awesome, man. Good for you, bro.
Hey, you know, you got to own it sometimes.
Damn right.
So I
Absolutely.
mentioned it earlier, and I thought maybe just getting it out, really letting everybody. For the past month, I have been stressing everybody use Minamoto and King Arthur in their Senate because of the free no BOA up to 8 stars, plus the research buffs you get from having King Arthur now. So I just wanted to just throw that out there again. And also I will let you know, you do not get to stack the buffs of King Arthur. I already tried that. Really sucks.
So this is
some research buff stacks.
Yeah, so this is the change they made recently, where it's lower cost, right, on doing Blood of Ares on a few of the generals.
5 kids.
Yes.
Ivana, what's going on, baby? Then you gotta stop
Very
it.
good advice.
Yeah, and those 2 generals are really easy to get,
Hey,
or
make sure you
fairly
guys
easy
go
to get
flood that
out of
C5
the
chat and
for
tell them to
free
follow
out of the
MrYours
tavern.
on
So there's
YouTube,
just
alright?
absolutely,
Do that
even
up.
if you already have generals in
Slide
there
it
at
in there. What are they
8
gonna
at
do,
10
ban you?
stars,
Fuck it.
why wouldn't you go ahead and build a King Arthur, take that general out and tear it up and get all that Blood of Ares that you used for the first 3 red stars.
Excellent point. Yeah, absolutely good point. Completely agree. Yeah, definitely.
Excellent. Thank you.
Thank you, man. Yeah, that is a good point. I forgot about that. It's a pretty recent change also. So yeah, but I mean, as if not everybody knows it, the only thing that matters in the Senate is the red stars, nothing else. So yeah.
Yeah, actually,
Absolutely.
I did a video on that. I covered it. Good point that we had. King Arthur, Minamoto, Martinus. Those are the 3 generals that they changed that we need in the set that you can use in the Senate. When I was going through mine, I actually had difficulty getting those 3 generals. I don't know whether it's Evony, like maybe they did something in the tavern or what it was, but for example, like Minamoto, I struggled to get copies of Minamoto. I got Martinus, I got King Arthur before I could get the last few copies of Minamoto. So it's definitely worth doing. I think maybe the cost might vary for people depending on when you're doing it and your luck. For me to I got enough copies to ascend 1 of each general. I spent over 4 million gems in the entire process. So I would like we said, Coffee J, I fully agree with what you said. Go for those generals if you can get them. Just bear in mind that it might cost a bit on the gems, but it's a worthwhile investment.
Yeah, if you're actually working on a debuff general on your wall, say Andrew Jackson, like I was, it was a no-brainer for me to just pick them all up. Just keep picking them up. So I just thought I'd mention that.
I got
Everybody know it.
other generals along the way. Yeah.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, duty generals. Yep. Yeah, everybody wants to burn my tavern down for some reason. I'm not sure why.
Don't let him, bro. Don't let him.
Okay, we have another player, Sudge. Sudge. It's Sudge, right? Can you hear us?
What's up,
Hello?
Sudge?
Hi, I can hear you. Yes, Mr. Yours usually calls me Fudge Sudge.
Oh, you don't call me out like that. Oh shit! How you doing, Sudge?
Yeah. Yeah, actually, thanks to Mr. Yours, he actually helped me build my T1 trap. He gave me advice about over a year ago, 2 years ago. I just want to just say that, you know, with Mr. Yours and, you know, Red Evony, I've actually played against Aka.
Really?
Yeah, SVS.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, it's, so I'm Phoenix from server 1227.
Okay.
just-
Yeah, I think I remember you. Yeah.
Yeah, I would just because I was originally T1 trap, but obviously I've grown sort of. I'm a bit bigger now. I'm 9.6 bill, but I still am a low coiner. The advice that I would give to all free to play players and low coiners is try and find buffs daily in your keep because they are there. It doesn't matter how little, or you can find a few buffs daily, and that will help you, and debuffs as well. My question is where do you go? If you're a low coiner like me now, where do you do you build, or do you just? Because I'm actually a rally filler in Battlefield and SVF, so my defense, because I've done and worked on my buffs before troops, my debuffs and my defense is quite high. So I think there is, like you said, we can catch up. Obviously with the new K50 out now. But yeah, what's your advice for sort of players that have gone from T1 traps and sort of middle-sized players now?
Yeah, I mean that's gonna be like a little difficult for many, I think, because I mean growing out from a trap kit before K50 when we had K45 was kind of easier, I will say, obviously, but I think it depends a lot on what continent you are on and what team you have and what enemies you face, because I mean if you are in a super big team where you kind of meet multiple K48 and K49s, you're going to struggle a lot, I think, even at what you say. But I mean if you face smaller rallies and smaller teams like 50 million rallies and less, maybe then it's easier to kind of fit in to that space. So I think it depends a lot, Serge, on where you are and what type of rallies you face. I mean, reinforcements, I guess my guess is that reinforcements is going to be quite important for you, I guess.
Yeah, I have quite a really good team, really good supportive team. They know what to send to my keep, and that's very important as well when you're raining, is sending the right march to that keep. You've got to know your teammates as well, because if you send the wrong PvP march, that can cause a lot of issues. So I've got quite a good support team with good their own buffs.
Ivana, what's going on?
They're reinforcing generals as well. So yeah, we're quite successful with my defense.
I guess another point, Serge, to that is that if you have like K48 or K49s reinforcing you might actually get better debuffs from those than you actually have yourself at times. So I mean, it's very situational dependent. I mean, and as you also know, it's not always easy to get the right reinforcements, of course. But as you say, I think that's very true. If you're a 10 billion keep versus a 50 billion keep, it's going to need different reinforcements. And as you say, know your team, know your regular players, and try to always send the right type of reinforcements if possible, of course. Yeah, for sure. But I mean, moving on from that to like specific advice, it's I think it's very hard because I mean, even though you spend a bit, I mean, people will always spend more than you over time, and you know the rally sizes is always going to increase, and so are the buffs, right? So I mean, as long as you find buffs, as you say, everywhere, every day. And also, I think what people forget is that check everything once in a while, because sometimes you have forgot things, right? Check your skill books on your generals, check the gear on your subs, check your sub generals. Are they assigned correctly? Have you forgot to assign a dragon to a PvP march? I mean, a lot of these things is things that I forget myself sometimes, because you have done something, you have maybe changed something because you were trying to get, you know, a powerful general, and then you have switched gears and you forgot to switch it back and so forth. So my advice is also that check your keep weekly, that everything kind of is in the right places, because I often mess up.
Yeah, we have a pre-battlefield checklist. So, but yeah, I mean, when you're doing your dailies and you do the patrol, you get those rewards for your gear, for your monarch gear. You know, that adds up pretty quick. If you can do the full 10 every day, not always possible for players, but you know, those will soon add up, and you can actually raise your monarch gear quite quickly as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think you just need to be aware that, you know, once you start seeing that your keep is kind of starting to fail, right? When you see that you are giving a lot of points away in battles and in SVS, and, you know, you can't just keep up. You just have to kind of find that point in time where you just have to admit that, okay, I've had as much as fun I can with this keep at my coining level. Now maybe you have to change it, right? So it's all about where you are in the game, but just, you know, keep an eye on it. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree that you have to adapt with the game. But you know, it's also analysing your battle reports as well, and seeing where you need to improve.
100%, and that's always what I say also. I mean, if in doubt, check your battle reports, look at them and see, you know, where are your weakness, where are your strengths, you know, try to work on those areas. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Serge. Yeah.
So just a quick question for Serge. Serge, what keep level are you now?
I'm a K42.
Okay, K42.
Yeah, and
All
our
right,
biggest player in our alliance is K44.
Okay. How many do you have? All T15s unlocked?
No, I've worked on this is where I've worked on my buildings and my buffs first before my troops.
Okay.
So
which ones do you have unlocked?
I haven't got any unlocked. I've got T14s only. I'm about to, at the end of the month, unlock T15 ground for defense.
Okay. All right. Yeah, like everything that we've said so far is very correct. Okay. You want to focus buffs, you know, buffs before troops for a lot of people. That's going to be, you know, the situation that a lot of people find themselves in. One thing I want to advise people though, particularly now that we're seeing the landscape shifting with the K50, people need to start getting T15s.
Yeah,
okay,
I agree.
You need to start getting T15s. The people on the higher tiers are pushing to 16 and upwards. You're not going to be doing anything with just 14s. Okay,
no.
At the very least, get them unlocked. You don't need to build them. All right. It's much harder. Building is easy. Once you have the resources, just knock them out. It's the unlocking that is the problem. Get them unlocked. Then, gauge your situation, see how it is, and then you can start building, things out. I'll give you an example. I have all T15s unlocked, but T15 Siege, I've only built about 500k of them, and I'm not building any more now. That's simply because at the level that I'm at, building more Siege than that is going to be more of a liability for me. So I unlocked it, built a few that I can, add into marches and things like that. Maybe have a couple 100,000 in my defense and things. But we had a lot of discussion previously with whether you should go for K42 or do T15s and things like that. And people complaining that the cost of T15s is very high, so they prefer to get buffs. That cost isn't going to change. But the people that you're going to be facing are going to be getting stronger and eventually are going to get higher tier troops. People need to start getting those T15s. Okay? So aside from everything that you do for buffs, your military academy, your victory column, which you should definitely do, work on unlocking those T15s. Okay, the sooner you get them unlocked, the sooner you get them unlocked, the better, I think.
I plan on to the end of the month.
Yeah, and I think, as I can say, T15s is important, but I think it's also then important to judge when you should open them, because it depends on what you are facing, I think. So, because T15s, having 4 of them, even at 1,000 each, is going to buy you 4 extra rounds in defense, right? So it's not about the amount you have necessarily, it's just that you also get 3 rounds, right, from the extra T15s. Whether you should do them as K42, 43 or 44, that kind of depends, I think, where you are in the game. But I would actually advise to at least wait to at least K42. But I would probably say rather get to K44 as quick as possible and maybe open them if you can wait. That is, I think, yeah. So
because I wanted the buffs to back up the T15s first. So that's the route I went.
But just remember that it's not always just about having many of the T15s. If you just have a few of them, even 100, it's going to help you. Yeah, it's going to help you because you have extra turns on defense, right?
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Do we have time for one more speaker? And hello, Derek. How are you?
Derek, I seen you in here, dude.
Who do we have here?
Hey,
the god of mechanics is here.
Yeah, how's it going?
Derek. All the YouTubers are here.
I seem to join a little late.
It's okay.
Really? Do you? Go into Derek's DM and I had to scream at him. Where are you?
Yeah, I just took a shower and I just was able to put a towel on and join the call. So
that's a good image. That's a good image, Derek. Thank you.
Too graphic, Derek.
I probably missed the beginning, but I do have a few little tips because I do take care of quite a few free-to-play accounts. Something that I don't know if you guys talked about, but with the new resource consuming event, everybody's going to be able to choose one of the premium duty generals. And since one of the most important things for free-to-play players is to be very efficient, my recommendation for everybody is to get the market officer as their first duty general, premium duty general, since one, you can't get a market officer in the tavern, and also you're going to get a lot more resources when you do your taxes. Every day I do at least half the amount of gems it costs to do the taxes, and all that resources adds up to build your free-to-play keep.
Derek, can you be specific? Which of the generals are you referring to?
Yolandi of Aragon.
Yeah.
Look, I just don't want to try to Yolanda, because her third specialty gives you an extra 30% resource tax amount. which over the time, over the course of weeks and months, that's going to add up, and that's going to be a significant amount of resources during your taxation. And like I said, I think it's a very efficient way to get resources is by taxing at least half amount. On my accounts, I do the full amount, but that just gives you, I think it's like 400, 500 million of every resources every day. If you have it at a senior duty general and you have a high level market level.
Well said, man. Yeah.
I agree. I did. Yeah, go on, man.
Well, no, I'm saying like that can definitely add up. Maybe that's something that a lot of people are kind of overlooking, is using those event stores for the resource consumption event, and they might not even know that it's there,
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
The other
I
go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, I have my views on that event, the redeem section. I think I think Evony gave us the short end of the stick on that one. But
No.
yes, we can definitely get that there. And I agree with you, Yolande. Yolande is definitely one of the generals that I would recommend people get if you had to pick a premium duty general to get. She's definitely one of them.
Yeah, like I said, for free to play, I think for the efficiency of getting the extra resources, and she has pretty good buffs. I'd say that's pretty good. Yeah, another tip that I'd like to give is that event where we collect what's it called, civilization cards. Now I think that you'll get a lot more out of it if you work with players in your alliance, and if you have alternate accounts, you're able to trade all of those cards between you. So instead of saying, oh, I already have this diamond level common card, just keep on making more diamond level cards of that, and you could trade it with somebody who doesn't, but they have 2 diamonds of a different type of card. You guys know what I'm saying? It's
yeah.
It seems a little confusing. I don't know if that was a common tactic a lot of people are using, but that's what I'm using.
No, I'm glad you mentioned.
Yeah, I know what. I know what you say, because you just remember that if I remember correctly, if you are going to exchange either diamond or gold cards, TIV cards, they have to be of the same. What's it called again? The same kind of.
I don't know.
What's
I
it
can't
called?
remember all the names, man. Whether it's color
Yeah.
or quality or
The same quality. Yeah, it has to be the same quality. But yeah, that's going to be the main civilization cards, Derek. The ones you get for free, right, every day.
Right. And that way, those are a lot of buffs that you can get just by doing some teamwork, trading with your friends, and trading with alts.
Yeah, absolutely. And I don't know if I mentioned it already, guys, but another thing I think is that for free-to-play players, saving up stuff is important, because there are certain things you actually can save from event to event and then claim better rewards. So be aware of those too, right? I'm not a specialty on that, but there are certain events where you can save up tokens for, whatever it's called, and then you can kind of claim better rewards, but you have to kind of grind it out over multiple events. Don't spend stuff that you can save on the same event. Save it up, right?
Saving's key, especially for free-to-play players.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I mean, I'm not sure there is that many events anymore that you can save, but there are at least a few, I think. Yeah.
One I would definitely recommend everybody saves on is the limited recruit. That one you have to save on that one. When it comes out, that's the second Friday of the event. Use your gems, get the recruitment tokens or whatever they're called, save them up over time. That's one way that you can use to get copies of premium or elusive generals once you've saved up enough of those things. It takes a while, but it's definitely one that you should be saving.
Yeah, that's the premium, or at least a bit premium duty general chest, right? At the top. Yeah.
For that's for the resource consumption, right?
No, but there's one where you can
The
save
sprint.
up. Yeah, not the sprint one. The other one where you can where you save up
Limited
this.
recruit.
Yeah, is it not limited recruit, or am I mixing stuff up? There's a red chest there if you save enough. Maybe I remember it wrong.
I don't think it's if you. Well, yeah, if you save enough, but that one is, and I think you get the chest when you consume the recruitment orders. So you save up, but then you actually have to use those orders for you to get the chest. That one might be a bit difficult if you're going to use it all in one go.
Yeah, stockpile. People mention it here now.
Yeah.
Stockpile, and that was the one I was thinking about. But I mean, it's going to take time. But yeah, it's going to take some time, of course. But that's just an example that you have to be patient, I guess.
Yeah.
So
and
yeah.
Okay. One. While Derek was talking, I just remembered it, and I think it's one topic that we haven't talked about yet, and I think it's an important one that we need to address. The dreaded topic of alts. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Alts are like it's like big problems now when you mention alts, but we have to talk about it. Okay. My opinion, I've been on both sides of this, and as a free to play or as a low coiner, you need alts. And I know some people feel some way about it, you know, whether you want to call it cheating or Evony, you can't play Evony reasonably without alts. And I'm sorry, it's just the reality of the game now. If you want me to give you an image, right? Playing Evony with alts or without alts, it's like, somebody having a bicycle and another person having a Kawasaki. Okay, they look similar,
yeah.
but it's completely different, right?
Yeah,
So
it's the truth. Yeah.
Yeah, my opinion is you need alts. I'm not one of those people that says that you need, a whole alliance of alts and things like that. I personally don't subscribe to that. I have 3 alts, and in all honesty, that's the most I can manage reasonably right now. But I would advise you have some alts, 1, 2, 3, whatever it is, significantly helps. If you can manage to spend a bit, get rally card on your alts.
Yeah,
that's like, those are. I mean, everybody, chime in. Let's know what your opinions are. But I think if you're going to be free to play or low coiners, that's something that you definitely need. I don't think there's really any way you can go around it.
Yeah, and I mean, you also then add the alts you can to your family account, of course. Yeah, depending on how many you have, of course.
Well,
yeah, I agree, because I also seen people. I know that people in my alliance that are basically free to play or low coin that has at least 2 or 3 alts. They manage to grow their keep level, and their other levels faster and getting more buffs and debuffs, basically. So yeah.
Evony's turned into a farming simulator.
Yeah, go on, man.
Yeah, whoever can farm the most resources, whoever can spend the most money, it really took away a lot of the strategy in the game.
Yeah, of course it did. But I mean, it's the reality now. But of course, it's a farming simulator or a coining simulator.
For me, I actually played Evony up to K35 without an alt. It's like when I think back on it, it was crazy. But I actually, from the time I started Evony,
MrYours merch, baby.
K35, and the difference was incredible. I went from 35 to 38 with just one alt.
Yeah.
You know, so it's completely different.
I did take a different route. Yeah, I had to make alts for testing purposes for mechanics, and MrYours has experienced, some of those tests.
Yeah, thanks for that, Derek. By the way.
Yeah, I went to just make PvP alts, so I didn't farm them. Otherwise, I'd probably be a K49 by now. But there's a lot that you could do with alts. Getting resources, one, like I said earlier, with the rally cards, not the rally cards, but the civilization cards, you could trade them, especially when those big events come along, and there's those one-time events where you can get those seasonal cards, which Evony just now allowed everybody to get. But you could trade a lot of this stuff to your main accounts, and it really does help.
Yeah, definitely. I want to add to that Wisdom Dome as well.
Right, Wisdom Dome. What's the other one that you could do? The event. What's it called? I need a Ranger Knight Order. Yeah, that one that has the Knight emblems. You could trade that as well. I can. Here, let me share my screen. Oh.
Yeah, that's for the coronation fountain thing.
Yeah. So I don't know if you guys will be able to see my screen. Hopefully my internet doesn't catch off. But you could see when you look at like the civilization cards, you're able to go through and get your alts to have multiple ones of these. So for example, let me go to like Japan or something. This all has
got running, man.
Let's just not talk about that, okay? So this alt has 2 of them. So, and I see that this alt does not have the silver card. So I can trade this silver card for a different silver card that this one might have. So if I go to the exchange, look at my listings, and I say, oh, okay, well, it doesn't have any common. It only has this green one instead. But you could trade them across your alts. You can trade them across your own accounts. And, all these little buffs add up. And like you said before, if you want to take a look at, let's see here, Wisdom Dome. Actually, it'd be easier if I reset it. Here we go, Wisdom Dome. And you're like, okay, well, what do I need for my main accounts? And now you can choose whichever one of these that you need. And Evony does have these filters where you can break it down. It becomes really easy if you do have multiple accounts. Now, I don't farm mine. Obviously, all of these are K41s. If I did farm them, they wouldn't get past K35. But it does help in the PvP regard if you actually do the events and get those as well. Like, I use mine for PvP, so if you ever play Battlefield with me, you'll probably think I'm cheating. I get a lot of that. So it's a little different. But just to give you an idea, alts are more than just resources. They can help you with these other types of events as well.
Mm-hmm. No, that goes a long ways too. Especially, for your main account and also team members too.
Yeah. So we have 162 people in here. That's going to be a lot of report.
I think we're safe. This is. You know what? Never mind.
Yeah.
Oh, this
Too
has
funny.
dropped down a lot because we have been going for like 2 hours. But I think we tested people's stamina with this.
Yeah, we're waffling on as always. Yeah.
I just got started.
Yeah.
We're just getting
You're late
started,
to the
right?
party.
I thought this
You're
was like
late
a
to the
4 or 5
party.
hour event.
What we
Oh
can
my
do
God.
is we can also shift this to the voice channel, and so that more people can ask questions and stuff, and just let this event be done so that other people can just discuss in a friendly manner. What do you guys say to this?
Yeah, I'm good with that. For myself, I know some of these guys are probably tired from talking so much.
Never.
Yeah, no
Yeah,
worries.
they've
I
been
mean, yeah. Move it to the voice, I guess, Anya. The event is already over 2 hours, so yeah.
So run.
Let's not stretch. Okay. Thank you so much, everyone. The speakers, the audience. This was a brilliant event. We had so much fun, so many beautiful tips. If you have more, you can always share in the chatter box. If you have any good spreadsheets that might help us or the other players, let us know. We'll put it in a library. And if you have any questions, you can always discuss before you make a mistake and you cannot reverse it. Thank you so much for the speakers. This has been absolutely wonderful. And thank you so much for the audience. You guys have been so patient for the past 2 hours. Thank you so much. If you guys still have questions,
Yeah,
if you guys
was
still have
good.
questions, we can shift to the voice channel if you guys want.
Thank you.
Can
Enjoy
I-
it.
Absolutely. Thank you, guys.
Can I just throw something out there? real
Thank
quick,
you,
Riley?
everyone.
Thank you, guys.
Well, I was gonna say that they should go follow Red Evony on YouTube, Interactive Pies. But apparently they closed a room on me. What the fuck is that? What is that shit? How many people are in here? I need new mods. Oh, I need new mods. Oh shit, I forgot that was on. Whoops, forgot about that. Hey, Aka and Derek, dude, you guys are amazing. You guys are absolutely fabulous, and I love you both. So keep up the shit that you guys are doing. You guys are some of the best ones out there. And big shout out to May down there in the bottom over there. May, you rock. The rest of you guys, thanks for tuning in for the event. You guys be good. You guys be well, and I'll talk to you guys soon. I need new mods. Oh, I need new mods.
Alright, I'm sure you guys got it. I just refreshed, so I'll be back. You guys got it.
Who's getting hit?
Chat, that was pretty good though.
Damn.
Love me some Red Ebony. Fuck yeah, Pickle. Fuck
Nobody
yeah,
yet,
Pickle.
but I'm on bubble.
Good morning,
I
Lydia.
have 3 here.
Wait, where?
So, they're right next to me.
So confused. I don't see.
Bruh.
I shared my cords. They're right next to me.
Oh, thank you, God. I didn't see you down there, Lioness.
I've been trying to antagonize them because they weren't doing it. They were just sitting there. But now they brought 2.
I forgot I was live streaming. Oh shit. Hi, chat.
Hello.
Lydia, what's going on, girl? How you doing?
Good. Not completely awake.
Oh, wake up now. Come on.
I guess their rally team was only 4 people.
Ah, with Tar Vader, yeah. That counts as like 8.
Yeah.
Uncle Knife Cat. Nice calf earlier, bro. Good job on that.
Thanks. Trying.
That was good.
I'm with the band. Rally on band.
Rally's on ban.
Should I say?
3 rallies on band.
I wouldn't sit for more than 1, bro.
Yeah.
Scout on Linus.
Linus, your turn to pass me.
Don't shoot!
That siege might hurt your siege in range. bro.
Cav, an archer, and a siege, I believe.
Here comes siege. Is he gonna settle?
Oh shit.
Good D, bro.
Nice.
Good bubble on that too, man. Good defense, brother.
I hope this is enough.
Chewy.
Yes.
I had to throw you out there. I hope you don't mind.
No, I don't mind.
Beautiful. It's
I was
funny.
hoping you would have dropped a meet and greet bomb.
Oh, you did? I missed it. I missed it.
No, I didn't. I was waiting for you to do it. It wasn't my place. I was
Shit.
just recording it because I want to get transcripts.
I got you. It's funny because like 5 minutes in, I get a warning on my Discord. It said somebody that you have blocked has just entered the chat. Would you still like to be a speaker? I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Let's go.
Hey, did you figure out who it was?
Cool.
Yeah.
Everybody knows who that is.
Yeah, I only have one person
He
blocked.
said it was
so-
a couple of people.
No. It was one. It was one.
Which one?
Ban,
Nice
you're
job,
at
man.
1.3.
Yeah, good.
You know who it was. We don't have to.
We all know who it is. You feel bad for JJ. He's closest. Literally like 10 minutes.
Sin, I'm glad you liked it. GG's, baby. Thank you for stopping in. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for that. Are they scared of Linus? I mean, shit.
Yeah, I would be. Wouldn't you be?
I would be, yeah. I mean,
They got
yeah.
another K-44. They had to bring one
They
more.
did hit her though. They did hit her. He did
I
hit her.
must have missed it. Sorry about that.
Hey, you've been busy. All right, we're still up by 3.5, so we're doing good.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah.
I can't believe somebody wears less than you on live streams.
Wait, who was that?
Oh boy, I missed that.
He was only wearing a
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna have to up him on that one. You know what?
No.
It's gonna happen.
Yeah, I was waiting
I
for
wanna
the
know.
pants optional comment. No lie.
Oh, there it goes.
Oh, you got this.
Rallies.
So apparently we need
Rainer,
MrYours
3,
stock
4,
merchandise.
Rainer,
too.
5, rain her guys. Rain Lioness.
Oh, good defense on that one.
I'm in. I sent her layers, I think, because that's all I had left.
That's
bubble.
Oh, she bubbled. Okay.
Bubble.
That was an
I wasn't gonna
ambitious
take all those.
arch.
I don't want to.
You gotta do is bubble war.
That was still good.
Shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh boy.
I only wanted 2 billion points. That should do it.
Hey.
I show you at 1.8 right now.
Yeah,
No,
it takes a bit to
we just did
update.
it.
I was gonna say, but that was before this hit, I think.
What?
My phone keeps getting disconnected. I don't know why. I know. I don't know why it keeps doing.
What did I just come back to?
No, I forgot.
What was that?
Fan got hit, and then Linus got rallied.
Oh.
Yeah. Maybe desperate.
Okay. Are you almost home?
Somebody, was there a fourth one? Oh, there he is.
He's like up to the right. He's the
Mr.
guy
Walk.
that keeps jumping.
Who's unbubbled? Anybody unbubbled? Needs reins?
Nope, I bubbled.
All right, I think I'm
I
the
gotta
only
jet.
one
I'll
unbubbled.
just go home. You guys be good. I'll be in the
Alright.
game.
Bye, bro.
Bye.
Make
Hi,
the
yours.
choices.
Yes.
All right, chat. I love you guys. You guys be good. You guys be well. And I'll talk to you guys soon. I'll see you guys in a few days for the meet and greet, baby. Mwah!